Let's go. You guys, today we're gonna have a little bit of fun. We're just gonna have an open discussion. I just wanted to share my thoughts, my opinions, my perspectives, and my viewpoints on certain things that I'm acknowledging in real time as I'm building out this new platform, this new project, this new experience for myself, and this experience that I welcome you into. Part of my voice, I was talking all day yesterday, so my voice is shot. I woke up and I was like, I don't know if I really wanna show up on the camera today, sounding like this. And this is part of the experience that I wanted to share is, you guys, we should not concern ourselves with perfection. If we were waiting for perfection to surface and show its face, we would be waiting forever. That means that we would stifle our dreams and suppress our creativity, waiting for this thing that is never going to show up. Perfection should not be a part of the equation when it comes to why we do what we do, or why we build what we build, or why we create what we create. Perfection is actually the thing that creates the gap between who we are and what we were called to do. I feel like right now, it's such a vulnerable and real and true expression of me battling with perfection, right? Like today I woke up and I was like, I don't sound good. I don't feel that great. I don't have that much energy. Do I really want to sit in front of a camera recording a podcast knowing that I look like this and sound like this? Now, that is that facade of perfection trying to show its face and trying to distract me from my purpose, from my mission, from my path. And I feel like so many of us, myself included, allow perfection to weasel its way into our experience and derail us from the pursuit, from what we want to do, from what makes us happy, from what really stretches us outside of our comfort zone into the unknown, into the territory of fear. And it's always fear, you guys, that prevents us, but it's also fear that propels us into the places that we're supposed to go, and it stretches us beyond our limits. So I just wanted to use today as this vehicle, or at least this reminder, perfection needs to be something that you assess and address daily, and perfection should not be a piece of the puzzle that is you. And I also wanted to talk real quickly about this experience that I'm having where I am building something that is deeply rooted in my authenticity and in my truth. And you guys, in my authenticity and in my truth, I'm not perfect. I don't know anyone that is. So why should I allow perfection to play a role in this experience that I'm having, in this experience that I'm creating with you? If I know that I don't embody perfection, then why am I allowing perfection to steer my course, right? I'm also seeing in real time in this beautiful experience that I'm having and creating that authenticity and vulnerability and being expressive and explicit with my mission and with who I am, and allowing you access to see me in all of my imperfection. It's completely scary, but nevertheless, it really does feel like freedom to know that I don't have to hide any pieces of me with you, the viewer, and to know that I'm allowing you to meet me where I am. And I'm also giving you the opportunity to stand where I stand and walk with me on this journey. It is such a beautiful experience between the dynamic of humans and creatives and artists and entrepreneurs and people who want to make a difference and make an impact in this world. I have not been shy about the mission of this project. I want us to leave a fingerprint of love and positivity on everything that we touch. And I can't simultaneously do that while hiding pieces of me. So I really wanted to, again, use this as a reminder today that for anyone who is building a brand, working on a project, or has a mission in their heart, and if they're trying to express and actualize this mission or this business or this branding, I see now that authenticity and vulnerability and being expressive and open and not hiding pieces of you or parts of you or all of your beautiful, all of your dirty, if you can bring it all to the light and really lean into your truth, people, including myself, they don't want to just buy into a logo. They don't want to just buy into a brand. They want to know what that brand stands for. And they can only get to that place by knowing who created the brand. And you want to have a meaningful relationship with the person who created the creation, right? And that is why I'm so driven by the way that I'm really articulating my creative vision through this mission, allowing you to see me as I am and who I am, and giving you the opportunity to receive me and accept me, or just keep it moving. And regardless, both are beautiful. I accept both wholeheartedly. I've come to the conclusion and the acceptance that I know I'm not for everyone, and the people that I am for, I'm gonna make a deep impact with. So if you're building a brand right now, or you're rebranding yourself, really focus on authenticity. Really focus on who you are before you focus on what you're creating. How are you maneuvering? How are you moving? And how are you building this business? And what are the intentions behind your movements? What are your intentions behind what you're creating and what you're doing? And you can only get to that place by these two things. And I think these are so key and so important. You have to know who you are, what your virtues are, and what you stand for. And you also have to know your key pillars of creation. Like, what are you building on top of? For me, it's a no-brainer. It's love, positivity, creativity. It's of being service. It's of helping others. It's being mission-driven and other serving. So I know my key pillars of creation, and I also know who I am. So I know not only what I'm building and what I'm making, but I know who's doing the building and the creating, right? So for me, that's so important to have those elements intact and really at the core and root of everything that I make. And that is why I feel like this is the most healthy and helpful place I've ever created from, because I know what I want to say and I know what I stand for. So I know how and where I want my voice to go. If you know your direction and you know your truth and you know your authenticity, it makes the small gains feel really big. And what do I mean by that? Like, for instance, I don't have a huge following on my Instagram right now. There's barely any views or traction on the YouTube page, and my TikTok, like, it's not in the millions, right? And that's okay. Every day that I show up and I'm in my truth, I'm in my authenticity, and I allow myself to be vulnerable with you, allowing you to see me in all of it, it makes every day a win. It makes every day fun. It makes every day engaging for me, regardless of the engagement that my creation gets, right? So I don't see anything as a loss. In fact, I see every day as a win. And that's really important for me, to sit in the process and not really focus too much on, are people following me? Are people liking this? Are they engaging with the content? The only metrics I really focus on are my own. Like, how am I showing up? How am I producing this content? What is this content made from? What are the key components and elements that I'm using as the ingredients to make this? That perspective has proven to be fruitful because I'm not paying such close attention to you. I'm paying more close attention to me. And I don't have any control over who's gonna like what, who's gonna comment on what, who's gonna follow me where. I don't have any control of that. The only thing I have control of is how I show up. And am I allowing myself to exploit myself in the service of others? And if all of that is yes, then I am doing my job. And everything outside of that is out of my control. And I just feel like right now, I'm in this really beautiful and engaging and interesting experience where I'm building something unlike I've ever built before. And the person who is doing the building is unlike he's ever been before. And I'm simultaneously extracting all of this beautiful data that is so useful. And if I was to really render all this data down and put it in the most simplest terms, it is this. If you build from authenticity, if you build from truth, there is no way possible that you can lose. If you build from that place that so many people don't, you're already winning. So if you're already there, or you're every day building a bridge that will lead you there and get you there, you're ahead of the curve. And that is a luxury, my friends. That is something that most people will never get to. There is no amount of money, there is no amount of success, there is no amount of accolade that could ever replace the fulfillment and the feeling of you being who you truly are at your core and allowing people to see you and meet you there. And if you can pack and back that type of power potential into your business, into your brand, into your art, into your creativity, you guys, it's a rocket waiting to launch. And the most compelling and beautiful part of it, and I got chills right now, is that you allow people to see your journey. So again, you guys, build from truth, build from authenticity. Don't hide any pieces or parts of you, and allow your story to be the framework in which you build on. My story, you guys, not all of it is perfect. Not all of it is pretty. Some of it is dirty. Some of it brings so much shame. Some of it brings so much embarrassment. So much of it I used to try to hide and stuff down and suppress, and I didn't want to address it because the acknowledgement of my story used to make me feel really small, really inadequate, and extremely powerless. So I'm telling you guys, work through that and utilize it as the fuel that brings you into the hero's journey. All right, you guys, I'm gonna leave it here. Hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and I will catch you on the next one.
Show you why I am the way I am. Can I tell you what I think my biggest flaw is?